With a can-do attitude and the right tools, anything is possible. You just have to dream big and start building your dreams. Every dream starts with a little inspiration, an epiphany, a vision, but more importantly, the motivation to take action. Everyone's dreams are different. Mine, yours, everyone's. A lot will say they don't want to die with dreams, they want to die with memories. You only achieve what you commit to. It's not going to happen overnight, but over time, the same hard work, the dream begins to build. Join us on this ride as I share my dream and my journey with you. But more than anything, I want you to get inspired too. Get out there and start building your dreams. We started this journey alone, but along the way we forged relationships with many of the best in the industry, and I want to thank them for their support and generosity. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. John here. It's time to start building our dreams, and that's exactly what we've done with Project Rampage behind me, our Jeep Gladiator. Part of the fun having a Jeep is your ability to get out and adventure. And one of the things I love doing is kayaking. And so today we're going to do a quick little upgrade to our kayak, and I got a box here from Crescent. We stopped by to see those guys on our way back from Overland of America. They asked me, hey, where's your kayak? And actually it was at the house here. I haven't gotten to work on this or use it as much as I would like because we were doing so many projects with the Jeep. This year I intend to do some trips and enjoy the kayak. So one of the things I didn't have on this one is a rail system, and this is great for mounting fishing rod holders, mounting your GoPro, or any items you want. They even make some cup holders. The thing I love about the Crew, and we did a video on this about 2 years ago, is the fact that you can paddle this either as a two-person kayak, or right now where I've got the seat is set up for a one-person with foot pegs. And this thing is super stable. I think the load capacity is 600, and so you can haul a lot of gear inside of one of these kayaks, whether that's coolers, overnight trips. This is a great do-it-all kayak. It's a general purpose kayak, super stable, tracks great. They put a lot of engineering into this. A lot of my buddies had them. So far, I love the Crescent Crew. Today's video, we are going to be installing these rails real easy. You got a medium-sized rail that goes towards the back. You've got a long rail which goes in the middle, and then up front you've got these short rails, and these short rails just allow you to attach different items. These have a bunch of screws. They're all stainless steel, and so what we're going to do is we're going to pre-drill these using our trusty King Cut drill bits, and these are really overkill for what we're doing, but these should help us line up everything. We're going to drill them out with the drill and then put them in by hand. And then we'll be strapping this thing down, taking it with us on our next trip. And I want to do some camping as well as some kayaking, so take you guys to a really neat place. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video, and we're going to try to do some more adventures this year. Yeah, so we're going to load up a 3/32 drill bit, and then we will take and do it by hand. So this is just to kind of expand the plastic, and we're going to make sure these are kind of centered where we can put everything in. Drill it out, and then just drop one of these screws in and just go down the line. Now if you're worried about drilling holes in your kayak, don't be. These are super easy to install, and I think that's perfect. So we're going to have to do these one at a time. What we don't want to do is go so fast that we strip something, and so we're just going to go kind of snug and then drill our next hole. So once we get our first one in, we're just going to go down the line and drill these out. Make sure we turn this to drill. And just go down our line. My wrist is probably going to be a little bit tired by the time we get this done. You don't want to use power tools on this again, just so you don't strip these out, because if you use a power tool and you start stripping them, you are not going to be happy. So just take your time putting these in. And once I get this one in, I'll show you kind of what they're for. Yeah, so we got the first one installed, and right here is our camera boom pole mount, and all it does is it slides in here, and then there's a big pole that goes onto it, and that's going to let us use our GoPro, move it around, put it up and down, and take video when we're out there kayaking. So that's the main reason I wanted these, as well as there's other attachments. Say you've got some fishing rod holders, so basically this way you can use all those attachments, whether it's rod holders or what have you, on your kayak, and adds a lot of versatility to it. So we're going to go through and install the rest of these, and then we'll give you a final overview. Alright guys, so that was a pretty easy install, and again we've got this set up for a one-person paddle right now, and so all you have to do, the great thing I love about these seats is they fold down to raise it up. It's got a couple of ties back here. You loosen those, and then you can fold your seat up and you can go paddle. You don't want to tighten your straps to keep your seat back from falling back on both sides. But basically this gets strapped in, and right now we're set up for one person. So if we want to set it up for two people, it's actually really easy. And so since I'm getting ready to go on this trip, I'm going to set this up for two, just so you guys can see how it goes. As you can see, these little clips, and they've improved this over the years, so they're not quite as difficult to remove as mine, but basically you press. I think this one might have a little bit of buildup on it. There it goes, comes loose. I took this to the car wash before that, and then to move the seat you just simply take and slide it forward. Now the front person here is going to take and paddle all the way forward, so this person's going to go over the seat here, And then the back one, as you can see, there's 2 more holes here. This is for the middle, and the back set is back here. So if you wanted 2 people, you're going to set it up like this: seat in the back, seat up front. And now you can take your Crescent crew out and kayak with friends. And then with the gear tracks on here, now I can mount my boom pole. It's from a separate company called Kayak. And basically when I do my videos, I can mount this on here where I can set it to however I want to get my shots and still be able to paddle. So that's the plan for the gear tracks. We'll play around with this some. We'll set it up for our kayak trip, but I think for now, because I'm right-handed, I have a feeling that this is going to be either on this side or over on the left side. So it's always good when you get the when you're out in the driveway like this, you can set things up. Now I'll have to take the pole off to actually transport the kayak, but you guys can get the kind of get the overview of how this works. Again, you just tighten these straps up and you're good to go. And so we're going to I'll show you guys how I tighten these up. For me, basically go around the front of the nut. Some people will reverse these two if they start digging in your sides. They'll take and they'll reverse those. But around once, I like to go in front of the nut, and around twice, and then I can run it through here. And this will keep my seats in the kayak when I transport it down the road. So you want to leave it a little loose at first, and then you can tighten it up. On the back side here, I'll leave it loose, and you lay this down and you put the bungee up over it, and that'll go over the humps. Same with this one. I've got to strap this one down with the front loops here. Move my foot pegs back some. So you just take the foot pegs, move them back. You can actually go all the way to the back here for the back paddler. They get the foot pegs. The front person has the built-in foot pegs. So great for kids and families and everything else. We're going to go one step from all the way forward, and that just gives you a little bit better bracing and balancing if you're the person in the stern. So slide that forward. As you can tell, I haven't used it in a while, and I'm excited to get back out there and do some kayaking with it. So just go around twice here. And then we can tighten it down. To go around once. Go around again. And we can run this through our clips. And sometimes you may want to run 2 loops, stick it through like this. Especially this front one, the way they're twisting upward. So we got that started. Grab our end, pull that, and then when we're ready, we'll crank it all down. So same thing here. Go around twice. Go down through and then back up. And honestly, I think that's what makes this the best kayak for any overland trip. I know you're not going to want to haul a kayak everywhere you go, but just having this flexibility to, get out, enjoy the water. And some people use paddle boards, that's fine. I prefer kayaks because we do have alligators, and then out at the ocean we do have sharks. So we'll tighten these up. Once you get that tight, what I like to do with the front here is let the slack out of this, lay it down, and I can actually take the foot pegs, slide those over, and that's going to lock down the chair when we're in transport mode, so it's not bouncing around all over. For your straps, I suggest just tightening everything down so it's not flapping in the wind. The back seat here is good. Got one more side to run. So that is in storage mode in order to load up, and as long as you're not switching back and forth a lot between 1 and 2 people, you do need to plan for about 5-10 minutes to switch over. But this is how I rig mine. Again, the seat's under the bungee on the back, the front one's under the footrest, and then I carry mine with the passenger compartment facing down, and that way it's more aerodynamic that way. You can haul it because it is flat. We are just sitting on a white table here, so the bottom of this, as you can see, is very flat and stable. But the way we load it is nose to stern, and then we strap it down to our tent. So this should be fun because I haven't done it with the 40s yet, and we'll get it strapped down. Alright guys, so that's how I prep the kayak for loadout, and I will actually load this up tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today because it's starting to get a little bit dark. But ideally, I can haul this on top of my rooftop tent because it's 80 pounds. Struts in there. Actually, I used the struts when I had the white Jeep on this tent, so the struts will lift up this. It's not the smartest thing to do. Anytime there's high winds, you would have to take this down. And those are just some considerations. But I think if you're in the market for a kayak, like, this is a great, starter to intermediate kayak. Unless you're wanting like an open ocean kayak for big expeditions or something. Like, you could go up and down the coastline in something like this. Intercoastal waters, I paddled this one intercoastal waters out to the Tybee Lighthouse. You can do up to a class 1 rapid, so some streams, some rocks, it's not as protected as like a whitewater kayak is. But I think this is, a great all-around kayak, and I still think it's the best one for overlanding. And I've paddled a lot of kayaks over the years. Started off canoeing with my dad, and then I did some whitewater kayaking up in Tennessee in college. I wasn't ever the greatest at rolling, but I'm also not a fish. And then as I got older, I got my Vibe kayak with the rudder, and that one's really great for one person. But if you got more than one person going, that's really where the crew fits in. And then there's some also like the crew craft that's out now from Crescent. You can actually put up to a 6 horsepower motor on there, and you can really fly and use it like a mini bass boat. Great thing about these kayaks is, they only sit 3 to 4 inches max in the water, and so you can go over quite a bit of stuff, and they're pretty stable. You just have to be in tune with your partner that's paddling with you. Some people do call these divorce boats, just like tandem bicycles. So you just have to trust the person you're with, and if you're new, start off easy. And so that's what we're doing. We're doing some flat water kayaking, and we should be going through some cypress groves and some other pretty stuff at a local state park, and also get to camp overnight. So that's where I'm starting at with this. We're not going to go brave the waves in the ocean just yet. With that being said, all right guys, so we're hooking the kayak up to the Jeep for the season. These are new from Roller Cam, and what this is going to do is it's going to protect your kayak from your buckle. So here we just came over the top and through. So here we've got the roller cams installed. As you can see, the plastic is protecting the metal buckle from hitting it on both sides. And then we just take our little bit extra, tie it off with a 1/2 hitch down here so it doesn't blow away. If we need to come adjust, we can. It's always a good idea to tie off the front and tie off the back. While I'm up here, I do have the Renogy multi-cell technology. So each one of these little squares is its own cell. So even though The middle of these is shaded. I should still trickle in a little bit of electricity from the outsides of the panel that are exposed when they're in the sun. On the back, we've got a couple of the roller cam quick hooks. And that's just to keep our kayak from sliding back as we go down the road. Kayak all loaded up, dressed up our knot there with quick release, and now everything is tight to the Jeep and good to go. We've run a lot of miles with kayak strapped to the top on our white Jeep. First time doing it with Rampage, but I think it's going to be a great time. Thanks for watching. If you would, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell so you get the notifications, and keep coming back for more. Once again, I get to share my dream with you. The true purpose of this channel is to help inform, motivate, and inspire you guys to get out there and start building your dreams.